I greet you with peace and I greet you with love. This is Dr. Oguname from Africa Ancestral Spiritual Ministry, and I want to share some food with you. Africa, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, because 98% of your so-called pastors, man of God, or whatever you call them, 98%, they are not even Christians. The time has come, you must know the truth. The time has come for you to be exposed to those dark knowledge that your soul need to feed on. Share this video. Share this soul food so that the starving souls can feed. This game has been going on for too long. It has been going on for too long. So the question now is, how long can you keep on rotating the same cycle? So many of you know already what I'm about to say, but you just have not found that power, that zeal to help you make your decisions. You still kind of believe in the lies. So many of you don't believe in the lies anymore, but you are still scared because you don't know what the truth is. You just know there is a lie, but now you don't know the truth. So because you don't know the truth, you try to find comforts with that lies. Because this is a beautiful lie, a perfect lie. When a lie is so perfect, then it looks like truth. Even when truth will later come out, then nobody's interested because the lie looks so perfect. This is what you have been dealing with. 98% of your pastors, the way you are looking, good afternoon, man. 98% of these so-called men of God, as they call themselves, they don't even know God. They are not even interested in knowing God. They don't even care about God. They don't care. They don't care because why? The doctrines of Jesus Christ, they see it as a business tool. They see it as a chance. They see it as opportunity. That's how they see it. On a normal ground, I would say, I don't care. But we still have to give out a helping hand to see if there is still some of you left that is ready. That is what we are doing now. That is what we are doing now. When you hear the word Christian, who is a Christian? Let's start from there. Who is a Christian? I will first show you who a Christian is, and then I will show you who an African man is. And then me and you will try to look for the line, the dots that connect both of them, and see if what you're doing makes sense. So let's start from who is a Christian. Okay, let's do it like this. Before we show you who is a Christian, let's show you a little pieces of what is religion itself. But Christianity is one of the religion here on earth. So, what is religion? Religion is a cultural expression of what spirituality is all about. Which means if a people is existing and they not agree and believe that this is how they came to existence, this is what created them, this is the principle that this thing that created them want them to follow, and they now share that message with their people. So there are people now who digest and accept that message, we start following it. And that's right there is the religion, to relegare, to connect them back to their missing link. What is their missing link? They know that you are not just a human being, but religion makes you believe that yes, you are not just a human being, but for you to be able to connect to that which you really have, you have to first die first. So, for you to be assured that after you die, you can easily make that connection, then you have to follow it like this, which is not the principle of your religion, regardless your religion. That is not the principle of that religion they give to you. So, if we are not talking about Christianity, which is also one of the religion, you can ask me now, Dr. Guname, what is Christianity then? So, to understand what is Christianity is, we have to teach you about Christ. Because if you don't know Christ, then you can never be a Christian. Because what is Christianity? Christianity is this group of believers who have decided now to walk the paths of Christ. Because why? That Christ now is not the channel that will guide them to that place they believe that they will reach after they die. So who is the idol or the person that can influence you in now become that Jesus the Christos, that Jesus the Christ? So Christ is a title. Jesus was a name that was given to you, even if we know more about how the name came about, but no problem. Let's just use the story the way you know it. Okay, Jesus now is that man who the book said was sent down here on earth to re-guide and reteach the real principle to mankind and channel and help them connect back to that which they are disconnected from, according to the Greco-Roman doctrine. Don't forget, Christianity is being split into three. There is this Catholic, Greco-Roman, why do I use that Greco-Roman? Let me be slowing it down. Catholic is a Greek word. So this one, you see Rome is projecting now. This one is a combination of a Greek doctrine and a Roman doctrine. They now agree. That is Catholic. Then we also have another type of Christianity, which is coming from the Eastern Europe. Those are the Orthodox. They also have their own philosophy. Then we have the third type of Christianity, which was given birth to by, what's this German man? Martin Luther. Yes, which you can call today as the Pentecostals, as all these other ones you are seeing. Because why? Martin Luther said, I cannot follow Orthodox. I cannot follow Catholic. I have to find a way to reach God on our own. That's why you now have the third part of Christianity. So these three different Christianity, they both have different beliefs about heaven, about hell. Their teachings are different. If you are Christian, you should know all this already, so I don't have to be explaining what you should know already. So their teachings are different. These three types of Christianity now, this one came out from the Eastern Europe. This one came out from Greek and Roman, which is the Catholic, Orthodox, Eastern Europe. And the other one came out from the pieces and the mix of all those two, Eastern Europe and Greco and Roman mixed together. Okay, fine. So, since Jesus, don't forget, Judaism is completely different from this story we are saying now. That's why you will hear your Bible telling you Jesus was a Jew, but not that kind of a Jew. Because why the Jews don't recognize Jesus as what you think. Same way the Islam don't recognize Jesus as you think. Same way the Orthodox, all of them have, even Catholic have different belief about Jesus comparing to what a normal Nigerian Pentecostal pastor knows. So these are different beliefs, different philosophy, different doctrines, different ideology. A truth don't have different versions, but no problem. Let's manage their different versions so that it doesn't look like too much in our head to process. Okay, fine. So if a Christian is that person now who decide to follow that path of Christ, and if a Christ is a title given to somebody who is righteous and pure and holy, which in this case Jesus was also a Christ. Don't forget there were many Christs before Jesus was born. After Jesus there was still a lot of Christs, but the most famous one you know is Jesus. Don't forget, Christ is not a surname. Christ is not a last name. Christ is a title. Just as you will hear Pharaoh, Ogiso, and all that, all those are titles. They are not last name. Exactly. So now, if Christ is someone who is following that righteous and holistic life, that means to be Christ-like is not one sky daddy you see on the sky or one story they give you in a book. That means to be Christ-like is a state of consciousness. So that means for you to be Jesus, or for you to tap into Jesus, you need to be born again. What is not that born again? That ego self have to die, so that that identity self, which is the true self, which is not attached to any materiality or anything that is a load, need to be born. So that's you, inner you that is being born now. That one right there is the Christ. Holy. That's why you always hear those songs in your books. They say Christ is holy, Christ is pure, Christ is this, Christ, hello. Christ is holy, Christ is pure, Christ is this, Christ is that. What they're trying to tell you is, from that moment which your animal nature die, then Christ will be born in you. And what is that Christ? When that's your old self die, the new you that is being born now, that is the purity of that your soul. And that is the new state of consciousness. And that is the new state of mind. That is the new frequency you now tapped in. That moment right there is when you know Christ. And at that moment, you are free. What sets you free? Since Christ is a state of consciousness, which means now you will not just sit and be thinking, oh, why I don't have 5 cars, oh, what type of life is this? No, because you will enjoy walking. You will feel life when your foot is touching the ground. You will feel life when the sun is hitting your head. That is a Christ-like. So when you tap into the frequency of Christ, when you tap into the consciousness of Christ, a new you is born. So since Christ is a constant of consciousness, meaning you don't really need to be a Christian or any religion before you tap in. But hold on, let's slow it down so that it's not so deep for you. Let's take it step by step. So what I want to share with you is this. If you will just find out now that to be a Christian, you must be ready to die in flesh and start living in spirits, in purity, in love, in righteousness. What is righteousness? Although righteousness in a real sense of explanation, righteousness is an illusion. Because it's not your nature to be righteous. But no problem, we are just dealing with what your book is teaching you. That's why you have problem anyway. They give you things they know don't exist, but no problem. So we are dealing with what your book is teaching you. So since now, to be a Christian means you have to adopt that Christ-like lifestyle. Take a pause. Just pause. Cover the book for a while. Let's go now to your society of today. Show me a Christian, and I will show you your society they're living. So if being a Christian means following the way of Christ, and following the way of Christ means being pure, holy, love, righteous, and purified, that means the chaos in your society today is a big proof that you don't know anything about Christianity, and you are not a Christian. You are just that person who is trying to hide with that shade of a Christian. And when you get to deal with your pastor, it's even more. Check your society. Which of your pastors is an example of Christ? Yeah, you are so quick to say, yeah, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge. We traditional people cannot judge, but your pastor can have mind, stand in his altar, and be insulting our ancestors, be insulting everything in our land, calling it fetish and dirty idol. But when we talk to you, you will say, don't judge. So who gave you the power and the staff to judge us? Because we are not Christian. I am not a Christian, which means I'm not expected to fulfill those things you are obligated to fulfill. I am just me. That's what makes me a free spirit. I accept my dark side and my bright side. I accept my right and wrong. I don't judge myself. I don't dream of one beautiful place known as paradise. I don't think like that. But you that have those thinking, you that have that believing, you that want to achieve that imaginary location known as heaven, because don't forget, these things only exist in your head. But you that want to achieve that place, how do you love your neighbor? How do you treat the people around you? How do you try to connect and behave and be the example of that Christ? Your so-called man of God who is telling you, I am man of God, I have phone number of God, I talk to God. Look at him head to toe. Check the price of his shoes. Check the price of his cars. And check the life of his members. And show me the balance there. Which means people you call men of God, especially in Nigeria, Africa, they are just there to profit from this doctrine of Christ and use it as a business tool to manipulate you and take from you. They don't care about tapping into that frequency, because if they tap into that frequency, then a new them will be born. And if the new person is born, then he can never see you as someone he needs to suck from anymore. Then he can never teach you doctrines that will make you slave of yourself anymore. Check all their teachings. They are teaching you how to be a good slave. They are teaching you how to hope and expect imaginary miracles. They are teaching you how to be far and disconnected from yourself. They are teaching you how to hate the energies of the nature around you. So in another word, what they are doing to you is they are disconnecting you from life so that you can become a dead man and a woman. That's what they are doing to you. But if you don't know this, you will think, oh, I have to go somewhere. I have to connect somewhere. I have to do all these things so that I can make heaven. Because now I am so scared to go to hellfire. I don't know what life after death is. The only thing I know now is what I read from the book. The book has told me that rapture will take place someday. The book has told me that after death there will be a line where people will be judged. The book has told me now that I must do this, I must do that, I must not do this, I must not do that. So now the book is my guide. I have no option. I have to follow up. Meanwhile, You don't remember now that I just told you that religion is a cultural expression of what spirituality is all about. Let's bring it and break it down for you to understand. When we say cultural expression of what spirituality is all about, it means every clan, every tribe, every group, every nation have their own spiritual structure. The universe, this is beautiful. I just saw something very beautiful. I wish you see that also. The universe does not function the way you think. The universe have its language. So if you are a group of people here on earth, for you to be existing and have that genetical structure and have that unique DNA structure and programming, it means spiritually you also have your own structure. And spiritually you also have the way you function. So now you are here on flesh. Your group, your people is also there in spirit, which means spiritually you are coming from a camp. This tribe and group have this camp. This tribe and group have this camp. This tribe and group have this camp. So if religion is a spiritual expression of what is a cultural expression of what spirituality is, that means what you are practicing have to be aligned with what your heavenly self is connected to. So if you are not practicing Christian Greco-Roman Christianity, it means you Africans, it means you hate yourself and you tap into the consciousness of the Romans and Greek, and now you want to tap into spirituality through their own awareness. And that's why Africa is suffering today, because you are the only group of people on this planet Earth that is still making this mistake. Every other people don't wake up. And you still wonder why there is poverty, suffering, everything in Africa. Of course it will be. Because why? Your spiritual orientation that make up the essence of your soul as self is alien to your nature. That is a big problem for you. That is a big problem for you. So your life can never make sense. You can never understand. You can never know how it's going as long as you are trying to tap in from a different source, which is completely different from the nature you are made up of. But I don't blame you, because why? It started some time ago. Somebody invaded your land, destroy what you had, and forced your ancestors to accept this which you are just following now. And they took away history from your school curriculum so that you will not know what happened to you. Because when you know what happened to you, then you can start connecting the dots back. Then you can start telling yourself, wait. Before they brought this thing, how was it like? Before they introduced us, what were we doing? Okay, if we have been existing for more than 1 million years in this planet Earth, and the people who brought this God to us is not up to 7,000 years here on Earth, how does it work? Then you can start thinking. So because they don't want you to start thinking, they take away your story, your history, and give you fake stories. So now you are in school, you are reading about a British Empire, which started yesterday, 1600. Benin Empire started 1400. Before we start Empire 1400, we have already existed for more than 1,000 years during the Giso era. But today, you know more about the British kings than your own. Because why? Those are the ones that are teaching you in your school, because they are the one controlling your curriculum. So now you don't know anything that has to do with you. All you know now is the alien system that has penetrated your psyche, that has eaten deep like a virus into your soul. That's all you run now. You are running a new program. and you are addicted to this program. And this program is what gives you your own sense of identity. So let's go deeper, elite you. If Jesus, let's assume all the story is even real. Don't forget, there's no archaeological or historical proof to prove its existence. But no problem. Let's just assume, as Christians, they talk by faith, Abi. Let's just assume by faith that the story is real. For him to be born in Bethlehem, he came from Nazareth, born in Bethlehem, no, born in Nazareth. Okay. He's from Nazareth, born in Bethlehem, if I'm not mistaken. Don't even blame me because I don't even have to be downloading all those junks in my head anymore. No problem. For him to come from that side of the earth. This is a story of 2,500 years ago. Yesterday. I call it yesterday because we also know the story. Benin Kingdom is more than 2,000. Benin Kingdom senior Jesus Christ already. Just imagine only that one. Benin Kingdom senior Jesus Christ already. No problem. Okay. Even if the story, everything is real. Then, Greco and Roman means Greek and Romans. They are the one now giving you this. I have to check my time. Uh-oh. No problem, I can round it up quick. The Jews themselves, who are from Israel. I have to round it up. I forgot our appointment. A person is calling already. But let me round it up. The Jews themselves, who Jesus came from their own land, they don't even subscribe to that doctrine. They don't even agree to that story. They don't even believe in that story. They even condemned him and judged him and called him blasphemy. And this happened more than 2,000 years ago. And up till today, the Jewish man, he will still stand and tell you they don't recognize him as the Messiah. This is people who will be saying, man, use broken talking. People will be saying that their papa land for Bona. Go see tell you say they not care. So the same Roma way Georgian, the same Greek people, all of the way Georgian sentence some, can later adopt this teaching. 300 years after the death of Jesus Christ. Now they start church. Go and do research. So 300 years after a man died, they can adopt his teaching. And then can carry the teaching now as a must with crusade. Crusade na military campaign where they tell they destroy empires and people where no one accept Jesus. Waiting they do past the one where all these Muslim jihadists sure they do so. You need to study history. Then come force this doctrine on everybody, like all their slaves, including Africans. Come force her on their head until all of them accepted it. So ask yourself, if the Greek, in case you don't know, these are freaks, barbarians. Go and know the history of the Greeks. Barbarians, drunkards, freaks, bloodsuckers. Check the history of the Romans. Same thing. This is not the words of Oguname. These are in their own history books. Where a man will sleep with a sheep. A man will sleep with a boy. Different things I can't say for Facebook not to even knock down the teaching. Go and check their history. These people don't have the spiritual and moral purity to be the one imposing religion on you. But they did it. They did it because they had military power. So they used their oppression and their military power, invaded all your lands, and made you all now believe in their doctrine. So today now, you don't know how the thing came about. All you just know now is, I am a Christian, I give my life to God. I give my life to Jesus Christ. Okay, you give your life to Jesus Christ. Listen, and they tell you, say, Jesus Christ, now somebody where woman born, Fine. Meaning he lived in flesh. He died in the age of 33. Fine. The story say, come later ascend without his body. Meaning, okay, he don't become deity. Because when you leave your body aside and your spirit continue to live, automatically you don't be deity. So which means Jesus, the Christ, is a deity from Nazareth. So you African now, you they worship a deity from another man's land. And you hate and demonize your own deities where they around your own papa and mama land. And you still they ask yourself why you get stressed. You hate yourself. You they rebel yourself. You they curse yourself. Every time you kneel down to pray, your ancestors they shed tears for you because this is like a betrayal to them. This is like committing treason to them because this is what they died for. They resisted, they fought against, and now you ignorantly accept it. Then your pastor came in. He don't know. What he just know is, whoo, there is a perfect lie. Some don't even know it's a lie, but many know, the smart ones, the billionaires, the one with big inside, they know. This is a perfect ancient lie. And these people believe in this lie. And this lie is written in a book. So I can use this book to lead them. And they can become a sheep for as long as I keep refreshing the lies every day, and promising them somewhere that is so beautiful, so that when they look at the suffering they are going through now, that we have a sense of wishing to be in heaven. Come and tell a Jama boy that you want to create heaven for him. He will tell you, no, my home is my paradise already. Why? When you look around the society, everything is functioning. So you don't have the urge. You don't need to die and plan and wish for heaven, because heaven now become its own state of mind. But they specifically structure system to condition you to make your society they're so chaotic, so that every night you reach house, all your wish now, oh, in case you die, may you make it to heaven, because life don't disappear from your reality. You are being set up, Africans. They set you up badly. And the people who set you up, they are so vast in psychology. They are so vast in mathematics. They are so vast in literature. They are so vast in poetry. So they use all this, their knowledge, which they studied from ancient Egypt anyway, but no problem. They used all this, their knowledge, to make you now their slave. So not until you study, not until you can see study, to tell know as they know, to tell understand what it them understand, you can never be free. The shortest cut now for you not to come become free is to not tap into your own spiritual self, which they create conditions now for you so that you can never make it there. So you will wake up as a man in the morning. Your first thoughts, how do I go out today and get food for my family? In case you don't know, that thinking was the thinking of 900 years ago, when the human family was still growing. Then you get up and you want to go and hunt so you can bring food home for your children. Now at 2021, if that is still what you think, if that is still your problem, it means somebody has conditioned you. Somebody has designed your society to make you slave. That's why you have democracy. That's why they gave you, don't forget, the Greek invented democracy. That's why they gave it to you. That's why they gave you politicians. That's why they gave you all those slave code you call constitution, to make you trap in that matrix. So you, as long as you elect your leader, you will think, we don't get governor, we don't get president, we don't get this, we don't get that. It's duty now to make sure the system where don't make you slave continue to function, so no president can cure your problem. problem. No governor can do what you like. Because why? It is completely against the structure of the system they gave to you. Because the system is just there to make you slave. That's just it. So you alone can free yourself from the system. How do you free yourself? You can start asking yourself now. Start deprogramming the program. Start decolonizing your mindset. Stop letting the society to structure how you think, because your society now is a lie that you have to know first. When you don't know, when you don't know, you will feel pains. You will feel frustrated. You will feel abandoned. You will feel alone. Regardless the cash you have, you will still feel empty. And because you are an old soul, many of you have been repeating this cycle over and over and over and over again. Now your soul is tired. There is inflammation within you now. So now you hate being here. The body has become a cage for you now. So now you are waiting to die. You're just waiting to die. You might not know, but that's what your spirit has agreed already. Because you have programmed your spirit to believe that after you die, you will go to paradise. So because your spirit now is waiting to reach the paradise, so she's tired of being here. She wants to go home. But the risk for you now is, even after you die, because you have downloaded the junks in your head, they will still capture your soul. That's why you have to listen to my teaching, Effects of Religion and the Risk It Puts Your Soul. It's from part 1 to 3, I think. You need to go and watch that teaching on my YouTube channel, Africa Spiritual Institute, because that is where you can really understand what you are dealing with. So many of you cannot just understand, because many of you have to first die and come back again before you can even start grabbing what we are talking about. That is why these teachings are for old souls. Everybody will not understand Oguname, but we know perfectly what we are teaching you. I will leave it here for now. I don't want it to be too long. I will leave it here for now. Wake up. You must wake up. Some group of persons has choose you already as slaves. And they are not even humans. They just take the shape and form of a human to be manipulating you. There is a war going on already. Your ancestors are fighting battle. The energy that came with you to life are fighting battle. Strong battle. Because the forces that want to breed your soul to be your body, they have captured it. Now they are waiting for your soul. That's even the battlefield now. So all you can do now for yourself is help yourself. If you are a Christian, no problem. Tap into the consciousness of Christ, which is love, purity, acceptance, righteousness, truthfulness. That is the pure consciousness. Be free. Become so transparent that your soul will be so clear and your light can shine the way for others to follow. If you are not doing that, then you are neither a Christian or nothing. So your men of God, which keep breeding you as sheep, after all, they don't care about you. All they care about is the paper. That paper is all that really matters to them. And they are telling you every day, but you're just not listening. You are looking at them, but you don't listen to them. If you listen to them, you will run into the altar and carry them, put in your shoulder and run outside with them and use them to whip the floor. But you don't listen. You don't hear. You only look, because you are being programmed. Wake up, Africans. This is the Aquarius age. You have no option. You must wake up. That's the campaign. That's the campaign. I send you peace and I send you love. Bye-bye for now. Share this video. It's soul food. Feed the starving souls out there. There's too many starving souls. I wish you know what's going on. Oh man, bye-bye for now. Say Benin Kingdom is older than Jesus Christ. Facts. Benin Kingdom is 2000. Since it became a kingdom, not the people. You have to understand. Although I don't want to miss it. You have to understand. These people, although that's a different teaching. Let us just leave it here for now. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for now.